Junkies!
My man, Fallen Marvel showed off a lot of really great movies, but the question has always been, and this is kind of a sticking point for all of us out there in genre fandom. Reviewers, when they review Zack Snyder's Justice League, when they review Batman vs. Superman, when they review Infinity War, when they review Endgame, when they review Spider-Man No Way Home, the term that is always used is masterpiece. It's a masterpiece film. What is a masterpiece film in genre films? Because, like, dude, not every damn thing under the sun can be a masterpiece. There's only certain things that actually are deserving of that title. So, GQ and I, we both agree that we need to have this debate. What out there does deserve the moniker of a masterpiece in genre films? I already know what you're going to say, but go ahead and say it.
Not necessarily for me. What I was going to say is not a masterpiece. Most reviewers, in their honest opinion, think masterpieces are anything that's either French, foreign, or...
But these are those snobby snobs.
Yeah, well,
right?
no, I don't think these are like people who consider themselves snobs. I really do think they consider themselves, movie lovers and they love movies. But almost every single one of them, I bet you, almost all their top 10, probably not one of them be American movies.
Most of them, like you said, are foreign films, subtitled, and they're usually black and white.
Yeah, and I'm not hating on that stuff because a lot of those movies can be enjoyable because I do. I watch all types of movies.
Oh, sure.
I like them all. I've seen good movies, good bad movies, bad good movies, and bad movies, and good movies, and then great movies. I just watch them all. I don't care.
So, like, people in the chat are definitely throwing out, what they feel are masterpiece films. Preem chimed in, said that the term masterpiece literally just means a work of outstanding artistry, skill, or craftsmanship. Sure, you can widely apply that to almost anything out there, right? But I want to hold it to a higher standard. Mm-hmm. It's got to be almost unequivocally great across the board. Woody gave a great one. The Dark Knight. Everybody considers as a masterpiece. Well-deserved. Is it well-deserved? I think it was a great performance by Heath Ledger. I thought it was a really gripping film for a comic book film. It didn't feel like a comic book film, but it was just a great film in general. Just happened to star comic book nomenclature.
Yep.
GQ.
Was that truly a comic book film, or was it a film that just happened to have comic book characters?
Well, that's what I just said.
Yeah,
that's what I said. It was essentially a great film that just happened to have comic book characters. Yeah. Some people try and say Watchmen is in that same vein. I totally disagree.
I don't know. I like to Watchmen.
But masterpiece level?
I mean, the way it was filmed, it was done real well. I thought it told a very good story. And I have read the freaking comic book for Masterpiece for Watchmen. And the stuff that they omitted, besides the giant squid, because I only think the giant squid should have been in there because they came out with the Watchmen show, which is a continuation. And it has a squid in there.
Yeah,
they
the squids.
Should have kept the goddamn squid in there.
Yeah,
but other than that, I thought it was done real well. I personally don't understand the hate that people give, and I think that should be another topic because I like to talk about why people hate on certain.
The hate you give.
Hate, yeah. Right. But because I like to understand, I personally don't get it. I thought it was a well shot movie, story. As much as it had to put in there, they managed to put so much in there, and it didn't feel like it was a bore. At least it didn't feel like a bore to me. So.
Okay. So we got a couple of others out there. Takeem said Fist of Legend, which honestly may be my outside of Enter the Dragon. For martial arts cinema, outside of Enter the Dragon, may be my favorite martial arts film of all time. Fist of Legend. Granted, I love that film. Love it.
Now, granted, the movie is essentially a remake
of Chinese Connection,
Fist of Fury.
Yeah.
Or whichever name they exchange it by, but it's essentially a remake of that.
Yeah, no, I get you.
At the same time, again, I think it was I forget the guy, the fight coordinator, that because him and Jet Li worked on like a lot of projects.
I'm trying to remember. So
I forget his name because he worked on the Matrix and all that stuff.
I think it might have been Corey Yoon.
Is it Corey Yoon?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe
I think it was
Corey.
Corey Yuen. Yes.
Yeah.
That
So
was
it's like
their
they
finest
worked
film.
on a lot of
Well, the
stuff
fight
together.
coordinator
where
for the Matrix is
even
Yuen
during
Wu-Ping.
that
Yeah.
during that era
Yeah.
Could've been him too.
of movies that he put out, like Fist of Legend is definitely like the one that stands out above all else.
Agreed.
And that is
Totally
my
agree.
go-to.
Now, some people may feel a certain way about Miyazaki films. Takeem says Princess Mononoke was a masterpiece. I tend to agree. A lot of people would say Spirited Away is a more deserving title of masterpiece from. Not saying that, there can only be one, like The Highlander, there can only be
No,
one.
it's Yuen Wu-Ping.
Yeah. It was Yuen Wu-Ping? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But Princess Mononoke was really good. Spirited Away was really good. Now, I saw Cassidius. I don't know if he was joking or if he meant it. Said Pee-wee's Big Adventure was a masterpiece. Now,
That movie was great.
As a kid, it was great.
Yeah.
It was absolutely great. I loved it. But does it stand the test of time? GQ, would you put that in the vein of a masterpiece?
Absolutely.
Okay, reasons?
All right. Pee-wee's Big Adventure, it literally takes you on an adventure. It puts you in the mindset of the character throughout the entire film. You get to see how Paul Rubens, as Pee Wee Herman, how he views the world. You see the world through his lens, and they do not deviate from that. Mm-hmm. They keep that throughout the entire film. So that's actually a really good thing. I believe with Princess Mononoke, that's the film that introduced Miyazaki to the Western audience. Mm-hmm. And as far as masterpieces and genre films go, I'd throw Hobbs and Shaw in that pile.
Okay, that's an interesting entry. So, okay, yeah, okay, all right, cool. The Iguana Man says Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. No question. Some people said that was the
Arguably,
best. Yes.
Yeah.
Some people said artistically, visually, narratively, it was the best Spider-Man film ever made. Regardless of whether it's animation or live action. Like most people say that was the greatest Spider-Man film, period. And you'd be hard pressed.
You can
You'd be
argue
hard
that.
pressed. Yeah, you'd be hard pressed to disagree with that. You really would. Manifest Speaks. Welcome to the show. I'm not necessarily sure if you've been on the show before, but welcome. We're doing a giveaway right now for all of our
Manifest has
followers.
been here because he's fitting right in.
Oh,
throughout
yes, he
the
is.
Stars at Night, big and bright,
Yes.
right out of Pee Wee Herman.
Indeed.
He said Tango and Cash is better than Hobbs and Shaw.
Now, Takeem, I will.
Wait a minute. Tango and Cash is better than Hobbs and Shaw.
Tango and Cash was
I
different.
mean, look, Tango and Cash had some pretty memorable moments in there, dude. Like, I mean, like,
Yes.
I don't know. Like, that's
Okay.
definitely a strong contender between the two.
Yes.
Like, I gotta agree with that.
The chemistry between Stallone and Kurt Russell was almost unmatched. Like, it's a damn shame they were never in another movie together. Like, that's how strongly I felt about
Unless
Tango
you
and
count
Cash.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, but they didn't share
Okay,
a scene.
okay. There's that. But Jack Palance's cadence as wow, and Kurt Russell being in drag, coming out of the strip club, getting on the back of Terry Hatcher's bike. Yo, that joke was great. That joke was hilarious. Oh, it was great stuff.
Yeah.
Terminator 2, I definitely would say.
Absolutely. That
absolutely.
movie might actually still go down as like the best sequel ever.
You know,
Like,
I think
like
it's
as far as a
hilarious.
second outing.
Terminator 2. Well, okay, it's between that and an entry that Iguana Man put up, The Empire Strikes Back,
Yeah.
as the greatest sequels ever. Mm-hmm. Now, again, not saying that there has to be one over the other. They both can be masterpieces.
Because
Would
they
you
both
put?
Yeah.
But that's that. Well,
Okay,
you know,
okay.
Because like,
I was just thank you, producer. You knew I was going to say. Are you reading? You mind
Watch
reading
that
over there? What is
movie
going
at least
on?
5 times a
oh,
year.
you know that I
What is
didn't
going
mention
on
Big
over
Trouble in
there?
Little China.
Okay, so
I was
Big Trouble in Little
trying
China.
not to.
Okay,
You knew
no,
someone was going to bring it up. That's why you
Yes,
sat back.
indeed.
You knew it was coming up.
You know you were going to bring it up. So, Big Trouble in Little China. I'm going to ask the congregation, do y'all think Big Trouble in Little China is a masterpiece? Depending on what you say, this man may blow his
taking a
stack.
collection at the end of service.
Depending on what you say, this man
mean,
may blow his
look,
stack. I'm just saying.
can say, what I will add to it is that because of the aesthetic of that movie, we did get Mortal Kombat several years later.
Yeah, it was definitely
And they both
inspiration.
have the same exact aesthetic.
Definitely an inspiration, like Raiden was. I mean, the hat is completely different, but he was a lightning god dude.
Shang Tsung looked like Lo Pan. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. Like, the similarities are right there in front of you.
You know, most definitely. You know, I of course enjoy Big Trouble in Little China because it's one of the movies that, and this is the reason why I'm always get pissed off when I talk about the Funko Pops. Jack Burton was not the main character. I mean, he was like the star. He was the name and was in most of the scenes. But in revolving that, this whole movie, if it was real life, could have happened without Jack. Because if Jack didn't show up, Wayne was still going to the airport. They would have still kidnapped his girl. He would have still tried to find out why they kidnapped his girl. He would have went to, find out, where she was held and all that other stuff. He probably wouldn't have got out alive unless he had somebody there to have his back. But regardless, all that stuff still probably would have happened.
Okay.
Jack was just the audience.
Pretty much.
He was the lens for the audience.
Movie,
exactly.
right?
Yes, John Carpenter. That was John Carpenter.
John
film.
Carpenter has done so many.
John Carpenter
Yeah.
overall just had a very unique aesthetic that stood out. Like,
Thing,
No matter-
Halloween,
overall.
Thing,
So, like,
Halloween, They Live.
They Live.
Big Trouble in Little China. All of his stuff is unique.
When he started getting to the 90s, though, people
all
Escape
the
from New York.
all the escape movies.
But when he started getting to the 90s, people started to like not caring because there was that Vampire Mars or something. What the hell is that movie called?
I think
It
that
was
was
not-
Ghost of Mars. You thinking about?
Ghost of Mars,
Maybe
yes,
that's what it
okay.
is. Ghost of
Yeah,
Mars.
Vampires and Ghost of Mars. Yeah, those. Well, I mean, you kind of just take them and leave them, but it,
Yeah, that wasn't even the 90s. That was
Everybody runs
2001.
their course at some point, It's
Right.
just-
And what was the Vampires movie called? What was that
Iguana
called?
Man has coined a phrase, the culturegation.
Culturegation.
I like it. That's gonna stick.
All right, we're gonna keep
That's
that.
gonna stick. The
Rollback
culturegation.
brought up
Vampires.
Aliens,
Yes. Aliens as a masterpiece of a sequel.
as well as Wrath of Khan.
The Wrath of Khan, absolutely, as a masterpiece of a sequel. I get you that. Okay. We touched on a lot of older movies. Okay. This is one of my personal favorites. I know some other people may agree, may disagree. Okay. I'm not gonna put in Man of Steel. That's not what I would say. I would say Superman the movie though.
The original.
The
I
original.
mean,
original
yeah, I
one?
can see that. Even though no
yeah,
Superman
yeah.
movie has ever been like, I don't know. Even when I was a kid, and don't hate me
no,
for this,
no,
I thought I
no,
loved
no.
Superman 4 as a kid. And I
What?
because he had the battle with the other super. Which that
No,
was like
stop,
man,
stop,
look,
stop.
that was my
stop,
only
stop,
thing, is
stop.
'cause
Are
they
you
got-
serious right now?
But you have to look at his age.
I'm
At
talking
his
about
time.
as
A
a
lot of
kid
us were young and
because they were
impressionable
fighting
at
like
the
there's
time.
like there's Superman in the back. I didn't read Superman comic books.
Well, not
back
only
then,
that,
dude.
you
I
had to
just-
remember that Superman 2 came out in, I believe, 81 or 82.
I
So
was
you were
an infant.
you were an infant. So
I thought it was.
for
I
him,
thought it was like 1980, 81. When
Yeah,
Superman-
still an infant.
something along those lines.
Because the first Superman came out in the 70s.
So
correct.
yes,
Because I believe
1970s,
Darien came out in
1978.
1980.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not Darien, Itakuji. Apologize.
Superman 4.
Look,
I
I
mean,
liked
look.
it at the time. When I watch it now, I can see how bad of a movie it was. But for whatever reason, I like
rebuilding
the fight.
of China with his eyes with eye vision?
See, I don't even remember that.
Kenshiro, look,
All
as a
I was
child-
focused on was just the fight
Look,
between
as a
those
child, I thought Supergirl was a decent movie when I was a child.
Hey
I grew
man,
up
I
and
still like.
realized that
I
was-
still have a childish affinity for Supergirl. It's got like special place in my heart.
I mean,
even though I knew,
but,
even
I
as a kid,
mean,
I knew it was a bad movie.
Helen Slater was a gorgeous woman. So I mean, it's
It was a bad movie though. Even back then. I
Oh,
knew
it was a
bad.
terrible
It was a
movie.
terrible movie. I think even back then I knew it was a bad movie. It wasn't good. All right, so the Iguana Man says Starship Troopers.
Yeah,
Yes.
Starship Troopers
Yes.
was great. And
Starship
just like
Troopers was great. I've never seen another movie like that.
when you analyze the movie, but it's
Yes.
the Paul Vanderhoop.
Yeah. Paul
Verhoeven.
Yeah, very
Verhoeven.
Verhoeven.
Yeah, but
I've
also
never
like
seen another one like
RoboCop, because this the way he
RoboCop,
does
yes.
stuff.
Yes, RoboCop.
Yeah, the way he does stuff is just
Yeah.
what's the word I'm looking
Okay.
for?
It's a masterpiece.
Cream, I
Not
feel
just
you
a
on that.
masterpiece, just like the subcontext about what the movie is representing is always I thought was always awesome.
Also, the drunk Superman originated from
Superman
Superman 3.
Yeah, exactly. Because I thought Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 was good as a kid as well. It's not better than the
So
first
did
one
I.
at all.
So did, I
singing-
mean, look, it was
singing
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja
and
Rap. Ninja.
It's like, look,
Ninja,
it was
rap.
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja,
Like,
Yeah.
you
Ninja,
couldn't argue
rap.
with a kid at the
Go
time.
Ninja, go Ninja. Go.
Yeah, because Go Ninja Go got you going as a kid, bro.
Like,
Like,
the vanilla ice sequence was
It did.
the vanilla ice sequence was well done.
That was like
I'm not
a dynamo of like cross media, like you
Yeah.
know, whatever. So it was just like, but looking back on it, it just kind of like, look, when you look back on it, literally like Ernie Reyes Jr. was probably like the best thing about
Yep,
the
that.
movie.
But I also like seeing Super Shredder, even though he was only in there for like 5 seconds.
Oh, Kevin
I-
Shredder was
Nash.
Kevin Nash.
Yeah, I thought that was
Nash.
freaking awesome. But like as a kid,
Hey, we hope you enjoyed that clip. Make sure you check out our live content on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/culturejunkies. We also have a lot of content available on YouTube, unboxings as well as Blu-ray reviews. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/culturejunkies. And on top of all of that, if you go to culturejunkies.net, you can check out our merch store. The link is culturejunkies.net/merch. There's a lot of great merchandise there. So there's links and logos and stuff all around me. So check those out, and we will see you next time.